Hi guys, Dr. Dina Beaujolais here, solar powered and energized by the SON. Well, it's First Wednesday, you all, and I know I've been gone for so long. I haven't done a First Wednesday video for a while, but I'm back. And before we start, because as the title says, we're talking about anxiety. Before we start, I'll show you all my outfit. It's amazing. That's all there is to it. My friend from Uganda, she sent it for me. My girl, what's up, Penny girl? I love it. Anyway, it's so beautiful. Look at the intricate patterns. It's amazing. I'm serious. Like, those African outfits are amazing. I should think of another word, but all I'm going to say is amazing today. Anyway, there's stuff to talk about. Anxiety. You know what it is. Anxiety, that's depression's BFF. They go hand in hand together, always hanging out. Well, not all the time, except for when they don't like each other, but they're together a lot. Typically, if you find a person that is suffering from depression, they often have anxiety that go along with it. And typically what anxiety is an extreme worry. Think about it. When you go into an exam, before you go into exam, you get all nervous and irritated in your belly. You got to go to the bathroom. You got to poop. You got to pee. That just energy, just like you're jumping out of your skin before the exam. And when you're done, it's over. Well, for people that suffer from anxiety, that heightened state of just something's about to happen is always there. They never get that. It's just always there to some degree. Maybe it lessens a little bit, but typically never to a normal state. They're always at that, something's gonna go wrong. And sometimes, you know, maybe when you have an exam, you feel that way, but for people with anxiety, they feel that way for oftentimes no apparent reason. Just worry and fear overtakes them out of the blue, to the point that sometimes they experience panic attacks, severe panic attacks, where it's a physical thing. They're jumping out of their skin, they're sweating, their heart is racing a mile a minute, they're having pain in their chest, almost like a heart attack. But it's not. It's just stress and worry that is weighing on you when you have anxiety. And it's not a wonderful thing. It really isn't. And I have some notes here that we'll go over. Just what you can do about anxiety. I bet you there's someone out there that experiences anxiety. And here's some things that you can do about it. Well, one very important thing is to really talk to somebody about it. There are experts out there that can teach you techniques on how to bring yourself down where you're feeling super agitated and up there, like in that panic state. There are techniques you can use to just bring yourself down. I do not suffer from anxiety. However, sometimes I just feel worried and tense about certain things. And what I do, I go for a walk. I really take the time to walk and process what is it that's scaring me about the situation, what worries me about it, and just run through all the possible scenarios. And with that technique, I am able to bring myself down from a state of anxiety. One thing that happens with people with anxiety, we'll go back to the things that you can do in a minute. One thing that happens is that after a while, it just becomes a vicious cycle of the anxiety just builds and builds and builds on top of each other, one worry on top of the other, where you just, like I said before, never really get down to that state of just living. So when you learn techniques and how to bring yourself down and how to process some of the worry, then perhaps you can get yourself down to a state where you're not worrying all the time. So one, see a therapist. Or even Google, learn techniques that will work for you to bring yourself down when you're in that frenzied state. The second thing is is the foods that you eat. We talked about that with depression, and it's the same thing with anxiety. Some of those chemicals in those foods, who knows how they affect you? And some of them are very, very stimulating. And when you're already in a stimulated state, you're gonna shoot through the roof? No. You need to be calm. So it's best time to really stick to non-processed foods, foods with just natural ingredients. Apples, bananas, plain brown rice, just things with not a lot of chemicals and processing that have happened to them. Definitely stay away from caffeinated sodas, coffees, those things. Just too much stimulation to an already stimulated body. And look, I was not going to leave the media alone, because there's a lot of stuff on television, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat. All of those things can be super stimulating and worrying to you when you're already in a worried state. There's a lot of things out there to just really avoid until you're able to manage your anxiety. And look, let's just be honest. There are some irritating people that you're just going to have to stay away from too. They just really seem to heighten your anxiety. And if at all possible, you back away from them. There's some simple things that you can do to really just manage the anxiety that you feel. It's tough. No one wants to go around feeling worried and scared and frightened at every turn in life. You want to just live and enjoy life. So really work on some of these techniques. They're simple, but they can be effective to just bring down your state of anxiety. And you know what? I'm a Christian, and you all know that. And there are lots of Bible verses out there that really teach us how to just really, here's one. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and power. And do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, in prayer and supplication, let your requests be known unto God. Because a lot of times what is worrying us is just fear of the unknown. And quite frankly, life is not certain. And somewhere along the line, we got in our heads that there was a lot of certainty to life, that if we do this, and this, then this, and this going to happen. That's not how it works. There's a lot of uncertainty to life, and sometimes when those come, we're just thrown off course. No. Right now, learn simple things that when uncertainties of life come, you're not thrown off course, thrown into some panic, anxiety situation that you're not able to handle and just racing out of your body. No, there's no time for that. And just work on these techniques. And I hope this information was helpful for you all that suffer from anxiety. We'll talk about anxiety more on our first Wednesdays on and off. But mostly, we mostly talk about depression. And next month, of course, we will talk about depression. Anyway, guys, I'll see you all next week for our typical Wisdom Wednesday outside in the sun and wherever else I choose to film. Anyway, guys, I'm rambling. Talk to you later. I really missed you. Bye.